Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game, and welcome back to Magical Diary. And this time we're gonna chase a certain demon boy named Damien, so... I'm nervous slash excited about it? Question mark. I've seen some bad sides to Damien, unfortunately, in my other playthroughs, so I'm a little worried. Anyway, we should get this started. So I'm gonna take blue the first day because I can take that option with Ellen to give me some cute points because Damien seems like he's really into cute people. So I'm gonna make myself cute. Also, if I take Jim in the first week, we get a scene. We can meet him before initiation, which I didn't know about before, so I thought we could do that. But let's see. Let's take most of the classes, except for white. I'm gonna take white exclusively for the until up to 100, because I've done red, I've done blue, and I've done green. So now I have white and black to get all the way up. So I thought we could do white since Damien is from the other world. It makes sense to learn more about that. So why don't we do that? Just skip through this introductory class mumbo jumbo. And then here's the scene with Ellen. Trying to figure out why we were chosen as witches. And then I get bored of the conversation, so I start looking at the ceiling and I'm like, we should really paint the ceiling. Make it something pretty. Because that'll give me cute points. Thank you, Ellen. Oh, sorry, I just sneezed right before I started recording, so I'm gonna be a little schnuffly. Okay, get that class. Green. Seems like not that long ago that we did you. Okay, and then we're gonna get black out of the way. Hey, Raven. And then we're gonna get a scene. Here we go. There don't seem to be any teachers assigned to the gym, just a bunch of equipment that everyone can use. I see several large rubber balls. If I can organize some people together, maybe we can play prison ball. Well, Damien music, and we were supposed to meet him here, so... Shall we assume? Yes, let's. Well, hello there. I turn to see who's speaking. Who or what is that? He's dressed like a student, but I'm sure I didn't see him at orientation. I would have noticed. I feel like he would like us to be completely clueless and in his face about it. Why do you have wings? If that's not a rude question. You're new at this, aren't you? Huh? He takes a step closer to me, wings extending slightly to catch the air. You've never seen anyone with wings before. No. I'm sort of wild seed. And a lovely blossom you are. But really, I don't know how things work. Is that normal for born wizards to have wings? Normal? I'd rather not have you think of me as anything so ordinary. Wings can be merely a fashion statement. They're available at the local store if you'd like your own. Oh, that's true. You can buy wings? Are you teasing me? Yes and no. You'll have to discover the truth for yourself. My name is Damien. And you are? Cutie. He takes my hand and bows over it, wings fluttering behind his back. A pleasure to meet you. Damien. That's a sort of unfortunate name, isn't it? Especially with those wings. People might think you were a devil or something crazy. I'm sure you know better than to judge by appearances. You don't know me. I know the important things. You're a freshman student, an innocent young woman, caught up in a world you don't understand. You're dazzled by sights you never thought possible, and completely unaware of the dangers you might face. What dangers? You could lose your mind here, or your life, or worse. Not everything is as it seems, especially your teachers. What should I do? Be cautious. Attend at least the first lecture for each style of magic as soon as possible. Pay attention to what they tell you, and what they don't. Wow. So if I had taken Jim the first time I'd played through this, he would have told me to go to each class as soon as possible so that I wouldn't get detention. Well, that's very helpful. Okay, you've earned a little bit of favor with me, back in my good graces, a little bit. And don't believe everything you hear. That's not entirely helpful. You'd better get on with your physical training. You'll need your strength next week. What happens next week? You'll find out. He winks at me and walks up to the sports equipment office. Well, take your gym then. I'm sure we'll never run into him again. In the late afternoon, I'm sitting on my bed with a magazine when I hear a groan. Ugh. She drops her notebook on the floor, causing it to shed a couple of loose pages. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just school. She falls backwards onto the bed and kicks off her shoes, letting them arc off in different directions. I hate school. Sitting still, taking notes, listening to lectures about things I know already or never need to know anyway. Blah. Well, you don't have to go to class every day. You were taking it easy today, huh? No, I was doing gym. Same difference. Anyway, it's different for you. If I goof off, my brothers will catch me. Not that I care what Donald thinks. Aw, Donald. But William is different? He's a good guy. He's always looked out for me. Where are you guys from, anyway? Massachusetts. Salem? No, Springfield. But were there really witches in Salem? Sure, there still are. But I know what you mean. A lot of magical people are really connected to their homes. We tend to build a tower and defend it. If things go wrong at home, you fix them. Not so keen on moving. When times were bad for witches and wizards in Europe, they just hid better. They didn't go to America with the early colonies. Not in big settlements, anyway. And no wizards from Africa went there at all, so the only proper magical people around were the natives. And by the time of Salem, they didn't want much to do with the colonists. And then, a couple of kids came out wild seed, and there wasn't anybody to control them. So the witches they hanged were real? No. It was only those kids who were witches, but they didn't know it. When they started doing real magic, they were just as scared as the village people. So they blamed other people when the preachers told them to, and it was the other people who got hanged. Hard luck on them. Anyway, we have schools now, so that sort of thing doesn't happen. I guess it's important to go to school, huh? Yeah. Oh, Virginia. I'm awakened early on Saturday morning by a tap at the door followed by a faint hissing sound. What's going on? I stumble out of bed to find that 3 envelopes have been pushed under the door to our room, each marked with one of our names. Hey, money's here. Each envelope contains $5, the weekly spending allowance for Iris Academy students. Hello? There we go. If it's our money, why can't they just give it to us all at once? I guess they don't trust us not to spend it all at once and then run out and complain.
Well, that might teach people to plan ahead.
This way still teaches people to plan ahead. If you want to buy anything really cool, you've got to save up. But you're missing the important part. It's Saturday, and that means a trip to the mall. I didn't think you were a shopaholic. I'm not, but it's great to get out and look at something other than school for a while, isn't it? Also, they have ice cream, and penny candy, and really big cinnamon cookies, and...
We get the idea.
Since I've been there before, I can show you guys around.
What about studying?
You have plenty of time for that during the week, right, Cutie? Actually, I'm gonna stay at school. I don't need to go to the mall for anything. I don't think I run into Damien at the mall ever. Not supposed to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay at school and study, because I need to get my SMART up to 25, I think, before my first, exam. Sorry, I don't want to go out today. You're used to all of this, but it's new to me. I'm still picking up the basics.
If we prepare ourselves now, it should make the rest of the semester much easier.
Well, whatever. Next time, I guess?
Sure.
Sure, Virginia. Maybe. I feel another sneeze coming. Go away. Go away, sneeze. On Sunday morning, I sleep in. There aren't any school activities today that I know of, and I haven't made plans with anyone, so there's nothing else to do. Which just makes me realize I miss my family. I'm not used to being completely out of contact like this. There aren't even any phones in the dorm, so I can't call home. Dad promised he and Mom would write, but I haven't received anything. Maybe they were too busy on the first day, or the mail was slow. I'm sure I'll hear from them soon. No phones, no computers, no television. It doesn't matter much during the week when I'm busy with classes, but on a day like today, it leaves me feeling restless. I think I'll go outside. It's a beautiful campus. I'm careful to stop when I want to admire something rather than keep walking and risk another collision with you-know-who. But while the flowers and paved walkways are nice, what I'm really looking for is something a little more open. I follow the paths away from the main buildings toward grassy fields. We could play games out here if we borrowed some balls from the gym. I wonder if Virginia was serious about starting a sports team. Hey, I think I see her up ahead. She's talking to someone I don't know. I hurry to catch up. Mostly girls again this year, isn't it? Yeah, both my roommates are. I pause in mid-step. What is she talking about? Me and Ellen? That could be a problem eventually. Ellen and I both had wild magic. Is that the problem? Well, maybe more of us should drop out. The other way would be more fun. Maybe for you it would. What on earth are they talking about? Oh, who knows? This is silly. Spies never hear anything nice. I have no idea what they're discussing, and I shouldn't try to figure it out. I'll only come up with crazy stuff. I'm just going to walk away. A wise policy. At the end of the week, I get the chance to organize my thoughts and my belongings, as well as review the spells I've learned so far. Okay, diary. Lifelong ambitions. Ellen told me about how she always dreamed about becoming a witch, unlike me. Meeting Damien. I met an upperclassman boy named Damien. He's got blue skin and wings, but I'm not sure if they're real. He was sort of mysterious about everything, and said I should be careful because there was some kind of danger up ahead, and the teachers couldn't be trusted. I don't know, maybe he just says that to sound cool. Possible. Witches of Salem. Virginia told me about the Salem witch trials, how some wild seed kids created a panic because they didn't have any training so they couldn't control their magic. So now everyone with magic has to go to school to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen. Virginia doesn't like school very much, though. Homesick. I miss my family. I hope they'll write soon. I feel out of place here sometimes compared to the people who were born magical. Virginia said earlier that it didn't matter who was wild seed and who wasn't, but I'm not sure that's true. Alright, time for initiation, our favorite thing. And we do have to go through it this time. Once again, we are all called to the gymnasium first thing Monday morning. Only this time there are even more people here. Is this a meeting of the whole school? What for? I asked Virginia if she knew what this was about, but she just grinned and said she couldn't tell me. Someone steps up to the podium, but it's not a teacher.
Good morning, everyone. My name is William Danson, and I am your incoming senior class president. But for the next week, half of you will be calling me Sir William. Welcome to Freshman Initiation. Wink.
A magical initiation ritual?
Before we start, I am required to give you some safety information. Nothing that happens this week should cause you physical harm. If you are ordered to do something dangerous or that you know is wrong, please go to a teacher immediately. Now all you freshmen, please line up. One at a time, come up on stage, announce your name and where you came from, and receive one of these initiation handbooks.
Okay. I wonder if Damien will recognize us. Now that we met him before now. Students dutifully shuffle along, announcing themselves one by one. Some of them I've already met. Some names are new. Suki Sato, Jamal Mir, Pastel Rao, Luke and Logan Pfeiffer. Then it's my turn. After I state my name, William hands me a stapled together paper booklet. Inside are a bunch of rules and a list of all the members of the senior class, complete with black and white pictures and full names. According to this, we're required to memorize the names of all the seniors, and throughout the week we have to address them as sir or lady whatever. And there's more. We have to memorize a silly poem and recite it on command. We must never show our backs to a senior. We must never be taller than a senior. We must always respond to requests with... Wait, William's at the podium again.
Now, as well as serving and honoring the entire senior class, each one of you will become the property of one particular senior. Your senior is your master, your best friend, your worst nightmare, and your only protection from the rest of us. Stand and wait, and we will choose.
Okay. He steps away from the podium while we freshmen look at each other nervously. The seniors start to move around the room, poking and prodding and calling out orders.
You're taller than me, freshman. Get down on the ground.
Don't turn away from me, freshman! I see your back!
Ellen and I end up kneeling, back to back, and watching as the sharks circle. Ew. I look up to see Damien standing over me. Of course he's an upperclassman. And this must be what he was saying would happen the next week. Cutie patootie, I think you should be mine. Okay. Stand up. But then I might be taller. It's alright, you're with me. You don't have to worry about the rules if I'm with you. Only what I say matters. Here, take my hand. I'll help you up. Okay. Don't want to see you get all angry and push me down. With Damien's help, I climb to my feet. Come on, I'll walk you to the door. You need to stay by me until you're out of sight of the other seniors. Then you can plan the rest of your week in peace. What happens for the rest of the week? More of the same, mostly. They'll boss you around when they see you and make you say embarrassing things. Then on Friday, everyone hugs and makes up. Don't let it distract you too much from your studies. You need to learn if you're going to keep up. I'd suggest studying blue magic this week. Is that an order, sir? Just a suggestion. When I give you an order, you'll know. I will turn up to give you some instructions later in the week. I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't give you at least a little bit of a hard time. He grins and brushes the back of his hand against my cheek. Good luck, Cutie. With a wave, he leaves me on my own. So what should I do this week? Well, I guess that we should obey our master Damien and take blue. But I'm going to take white, because he said to take all the classes first. I don't have to get a very high white score for the first dungeon, I don't think. But I do have to make sure I get enough studying in. I guess I'll stay in this weekend and study some more. Okay, let's do that. And let's skip through Potsdam's class. Okay, there we go. 3. That's good. That's really good. I'm walking back to my room when I hear someone yelling up ahead.
Lower, freshman.
Yes, Lady Angela. Ellen bends her knees, but the older girl follows suit.
You're still too tall. Lower.
Poor Ellen tries to make herself even smaller. If that senior notices me, she'll just start yelling at me too. I can't make her stop, but I feel like I ought to do something.
Aye, leave her alone.
Is she yours?
She's a horse, and this is our all. You go on now. Whatever. Sorry about that, kids. People ought to be safe in dorms and classes so they can get their schoolwork done. I know I'm not your senior, but if you really need help dealing with the others, just let me know. Thanks. Isabel rocks. The older girl nods and goes back to her room, and I come out of hiding. Are you okay?
What? I'm fine. Everything's fine. Really?
Okay. I follow Ellen into our room.
Hey guys, how's initiation so far?
I'm not sure what the point is.
It's a bonding experience to help you get closer to your demon boy. How else would you know that you'd grown up and become a real witch?
I don't know. By casting spells, maybe?
Whatever. So who'd you guys get for seniors?
I got Baltazar Brundrick. He lacks plants.
He really lacks plants. I think he's got moss growing on him.
Your brother, William.
Oh, that's great. He'll be good to you. What about you, Cutie?
Damien Ramsey.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
He's evil.
What? I met him last week. He didn't seem so bad.
Look at him. He's a demon.
Okay, this time we're gonna side with Damien against our roommates. This is not gonna end well. I can't believe you would judge somebody by the color of their skin. It's not his fault he was born blue.
Ooh. That is so not the point.
All you've said so far is that he looks bad.
He's vicious.
Has he actually done anything wrong, or is he just grumpy? If people were calling me evil all the time, I'd be grumpy too.
Please, don't yell.
Whatever, you do what you want.
I do. Look, if there's a real problem with him, tell me about it.
It's just rumors. Anyway, he's your senior now.
Yeah, there's gonna be some contention, I think. I'm hurrying across the campus first thing in the morning when I spot Damien leaning against a wall.
Well, hello there, Cutie.
Hi. Sorry, I can't talk right now.
What's the matter?
Big Steve said I had to get him coffee right now. Well, he sort of growled it, really.
Who do you belong to? Me or Big Steve?
Well, you, but...
Then I think you have time to talk. Don't worry, I won't bite. It's just that I've been thinking about you. As your senior, I'm supposed to give you commands so that you can demonstrate your obedience. I have to make you do things that you wouldn't want to do. But I don't want to do anything that would hurt or upset you in front of people.
Oh, well, thank you.
So I thought of something else. Something you could do that no one else would have to know about. Our little secret.
Like...
I want you to write me a love letter.
What?
An extremely romantic love letter. I want you to proclaim your undying passion in words, with hearts and flowers and sealed with a kiss. I see her embarrassed. That makes it a good challenge for your initiation. And a good souvenir for me, too. I always wanted someone to write me a love letter. So you'll do it. Right, freshman?
I'll do it.
Good girl. Hand it to me by midnight and your task is complete. And make sure it's juicy. You'd better hurry and get Steve's coffee now.
Right. We head off on our separate ways.
Coming, Big Steve. Bring you your coffee.
Light. A gentle glow improves visibility in the caster's location. Hooray, our first spell. And I wasn't in the class I wanted to do it in, but oh well. I'm sitting at my desk, staring at a blank piece of paper and tapping my pencil absently.
Could you stop that? It's a slightly annoying sound.
Sorry. I flatten my hands on the desk surface to try and keep from fidgeting, and sigh. you doing homework?
No, I'm trying to write a stupid love letter.
A love letter?
Not a real one. It's for initiation. I'm supposed to write a really romantic love letter. But I have no idea what to say.
Oh. Maybe you should just quote Shakespeare. Sonnets are romantic.
I don't think that counts as writing.
Sorry, I was never very good at creative writing. Oh, I have an idea. You don't have to copy a famous poem exactly, but they can still give you suggestions. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. So compare him to something unusual.
Let's do a cute one. His voice is like butter. I think of butter when I think of your voice because it's warm and soft and it goes all melty.
That's sweet. Good start.
If you were butter on a table with a bread basket, lots of people would want to take bits of you. But I want to keep all the butter for myself because it's delicious. Butter gets all over my fingers and makes them slippery, and when I lick them... I'm not sure how to finish that sentence.
I think you've said enough already.
Are you sure?
Well, I suppose you could finish it with, I'm thinking of you.
Okay. Thanks, Ellen. I look at what I've written and frown. I don't think I have good love letter handwriting, though, and I don't have any QC stationery.
I do. I could copy it over for you if you want.
Really? Thanks. I hand her my scribbled version and she produces a small pad of pink paper decorated with flowers. It's supposed to be sealed with a kiss. Do you think he'll know if I don't?
I don't know. There might be a spell for it.
I guess I have to then. Ellen copies my love letter, and I fold it up and carefully kiss the center of the folded paper. I do not want a paper cut on my lip. Now I can deliver this thing and forget about it. Oh, I wish. If only. Silence. A single target is rendered temporarily noiseless. When the professor arrives for class, we're all waiting quietly in our seats. He proceeds to walk to the front of the class, looks down at his desk, and frowns. He picks up a folded piece of pink paper, holding it pinched between thumb and forefinger as if it were a particularly unpleasant bit of soiled laundry. Unfolding it gingerly, he begins to read aloud. I think of butter when I think of your voice, because it's warm and soft, and it goes all melty. Oh no. There are a few giggles, quickly smothered as his gaze sweeps the classroom. Would the author of this little missive care to identify him or herself? I admit. With a gulp, I stand up. It's mine, sir. Ah, Miss Cutie. And do you expect me to be flattered by your childish affections? What? Wait, no, it's not to you. 10 demerits and detention this Saturday. But I didn't... Silence! In the interests of avoiding further disruption to today's lessons, I think it best that you leave the classroom now. Perhaps by tomorrow you will have had time to think about your actions. But I didn't do this. There's no point. He never listens. All I can do is slink out of the room in shame. It's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. How did that letter possibly get here? I gave it to... Damien. Stomp, stomp, stomp. I stomp through the halls driven by the fires of righteous fury. Even the seniors I pass in my way don't dare challenge me. Falcon Hall, home of the pretty boys. He must be around here somewhere. Damien! Is my favorite freshman looking for me? I jab my finger into his chest. You gave my love letter to Professor Grabner. You humiliated me in front of the entire class and now I've got detention. Oh no. Cutie, I'm so sorry. I thought you were supposed to be my senior. My friend. Oh, sweet girl. This is all my fault. Of course it's your fault. You did it. That's not what happened. I was telling some of the guys how I'd made my freshmen write this letter for me. I was showing off. They thought it was funny. The very idea of a girl writing a love letter to someone like me. When I was at class yesterday, someone broke into my room and stole the letter. Oh! I thought they were only going to use it to tease me. I never imagined you would be hurt. I'll go to Professor Grabner. I'll explain that I made you write the letter. If someone gets detention for this, it should be me.
Okay, we've always just thanked him for doing that, but let's see if we can get some more brownie points with him. No, you don't have to do that. This wasn't your fault. If someone gets detention, it ought to be the bully who stole the letter from you in the first place.
You're such a sweetheart. Don't you see? I'm your senior. You belong to me. I have to protect you. I made you write the letter, so it's more my fault than yours. I have to take responsibility. You would do the same for me.
Well, all right then. But I won't blame you if it doesn't work. Professor Grabner doesn't like to listen to reason.
Actually, he does, but he'll listen to me. Now, do I get a hug?
Okay. I reach out and give him a squeeze. Cautiously, but that seems to be enough to make him happy. Look at that face. You're a good guy, Damien.
I do my best.
Oh, Damien, Damien. It's not until after I wake up on Friday morning that I realize something. Something very important which should have occurred to me before now.
Virginia. Psst. Virginia, wake up.
What? It's Friday the 13th. So, are there any special rituals we need to do, or not to do, to protect us from magical bad luck?
No, Friday the 13th is good luck when you're a witch.
Oh.
So it's a good omen that our initiation finishes today. Now let me finish sleeping.
Meow. Pulls the covers over her head. Sorry, Virginia. Well, I'm already wide awake, so I may as well make an early day of it. It's really quiet. Quiet dots. As I'm walking through the halls, I hear the sound of familiar footsteps. Oh, great. So much for this being a lucky day.
Good morning, Miss Patootie.
Good morning, sir.
I believe that I owe you something of an apology.
An apology?
I did not give you a chance to explain your actions because I believed that I already knew the reasons behind them. You may not be aware, Miss Patootie, but it is considered a traditional initiation prank to order freshmen to proclaim their love for me, the very thought of which fills them with horror.
I see.
Since it was not your intent to disrupt my lessons, I will cancel your detention and return the 10 merits I took from you. And another 10 for having the courage to admit that you had written the letter, and an apology for the lesson you missed out on.
Thank you, sir.
Please do not feel that this makes us friends, Miss Patootie. It is simply a matter of redressing the balance.
Yes, sir.
I love you too, Hieronymus.
He's still my favorite so far. Donald's a close second, though. I will admit, True Sight allows the caster to see through illusions in the current location. Oh boy. After the day's activities, we're all called together into the gym again. Just freshmen at first, standing together in a confused herd, and whispering about the crazy task we've done this week. Then we hear the sounds of heavy bootsteps marching in union. Bow down, look up, you're too tall, don't turn your back to me, lower! Lower! Ahem. After a few minutes, we're all lying flat on our backs on the floor. And that's when William takes the stage.
Welcome, freshmen. It's time for the final phase of your initiation. Corina will be passing out the blindfolds. Please put them on.
A long-haired girl from Snake Hall tiptoes around the room, delicately placing a strip of dark fabric in the hands of each freshman. Blindfolded? What are they planning to do with us? Well, everyone else is doing it, so I guess I should too. Okay, now I can't see and I have no idea what's going on. I hear people moving around, whispering, one or two giggles. I wait. Eventually, I feel a hand touching my shoulder. Set up. Carefully. Now, on your feet. I stand up with unseen hands under my elbows steadying me. Then one of those hands pushes me. Hey! Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. I feel myself spun around, passed from hand to hand. Stop. Stop. They hold me, swaying in place. For your own safety, do exactly what I tell you. Walk forward, slowly. That voice sounds familiar. Well, whatever, I'll play along. I follow the instructions of the voices and try to guess where I'm going. Through the buildings, out a door, across the grounds. Step up. Up. Careful now, don't hit your head. I feel a hand on top of my head guiding me into a van? Sit down, I'll strap you in. I can hear other people being guided into the remaining seats. So okay, we're going for a drive. To the mall? To a cave? To a hotel? To a secret underground temple? At last we arrive and are carefully ushered out of the car. Surprise! Huh? What? Initiation is over. Now it's time for the party. Groups of students lounge around by the lakeside, seniors and freshmen mingling freely. Long tables groan under watermelons, punch bowls, and chafing dishes. There's soda and barbecue and games, and presents from the seniors to their freshmen. You bought me a present? Actually, we were supposed to make them, but I've never been very good at that sort of thing. So, here. He hands me a small box. Inside I find butter? And you don't have to share it with anyone. He smiles at me and seems so perfectly happy that I can't imagine anyone would ever think him an evil demon. Come on, let's go join the party. It's just getting started. All right. Everybody's here. This would be a good chance to get my roommates to meet Damien and see that he's not a bad guy. But if that backfired and they said something mean to him, it could spoil the party. What should I do? Well, we're just gonna have fun in the sun with our Damien. Our little demon boy. Did anyone bring games? Are we allowed in the water? Oh, it's too bad we didn't bring swimsuits. I'm not sure I can swim wearing robes. You could always take them off. Oh? What? Just kidding. Yes, we can swim here. There's a safety barrier set up to block off the deep parts. You probably should take off your cape, but robes are fine. They won't be too heavy? Only when you get out of the water, and then I can dry you off. Like William did for Virginia. Oh right, I do remember that. If you'd rather play games, there are hoops and darts. Lawn darts? I thought those were illegal. What's a lawn dart? Things with metal tips that you throw and try to stick in the ground. Like javelins, I think. I'm not sure, I've never seen one. I just heard they're dangerous. What? Not weapons. These are for games. They're not real darts. They're sticks with feathers on the end. You throw them at the hoop while it rolls. Anyway, we can do whatever you like. The party's for you, you know. I mean, it's for the freshmen. So, should we get some food? Or find a game? Or get wet? What do you want? Well, let's swim then. The water looks nice.
If we eat first, we'd have to wait too long. Last one in kisses a hula. Hope I beat him. I don't know what a hula is, but it doesn't sound pleasant. And so we spend the afternoon having a good time together. Hooray! And my stress went down a little bit, so that's also good. On Saturday morning, I wake up to find envelopes under the door again. Our allowances and one extra. My parents finally wrote to me. I open up the envelope intending to skim through it quickly, but it turns out there's not much to skim through. They send their love and hope I'm having fun at boarding school. That's it. No mention of what they've been doing, no questions about any friends I've made, not even any questions about magic. How can they not ask about magic? Before I got here, I had no idea what was possible. There was only that brief moment of magic back when I was 13, before the officials came to turn off the power and give me the choice. For 3 years, I've had to wait and wonder. And now I'm finally starting to discover this entire world of possibilities and they don't even ask? Maybe they don't want to bother me in case I'm busy, or they figure I'll tell them what I want to tell them. I still haven't written. I'm so bad. I will write them a letter. Tomorrow. Really. But for today, I have to decide whether or not to go out. No. We need to study. What? No, I can't fail. Boo. After breakfast, I sit down to figure out what to write to my parents. I could tell them about the strange professors here, but I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. There are lots of silly stories about things that happened during initiation, but I'm not sure if you can really appreciate them if you weren't there. They might think it sounded like bullying. I guess I could tell them about my bedroom and the food here, things like that, so that they don't worry about me. They'll want to know that I get enough sleep and I remember to brush my teeth. And my roommates, I should write about them. We've been so busy, we don't know each other all that well yet, but they're both good people. Even if I am a little bit annoyed at Virginia. Ooh. And the contention begins. Eey. Poor Ellen's had a hard time of it this week with initiation. I'm sure she's glad that it's all over. As for magic, well, I've learned a few things, but I haven't really done proper magic yet, just classroom exercises. So I'll wait a while before I tell them much about that. Mail doesn't go out on Sundays, so I fold my letter up and stick it in an envelope, but I don't seal it yet. I can get a stamp from the on-campus post office tomorrow. I think I'll go for a walk. I wander around the campus, wondering how long the leaves will stay green. This is a magical place, so it might be like this all year. I'd miss the fall colors, though. I wonder what witches and wizards do for Halloween. Dress up like normal people? On cue, my own personal Halloween decoration makes an appearance. Hi, Damien. He looks at me oddly. What are you up to? Want to do something together? Why? To be friendly? Because we're bored? Not that bored. Without a further word, he brushes past me and away. No, Damien. What just happened here? Virginia comes up behind me. I told you so. Told me what? That he's evil. I was just talking to my brother about him to get the scoop. He's a total womanizer. William says last year he left every sophomore in Butterfly Hall crying in the bathroom at some point. He gets girls' hopes up, then when they fall in love with him, he dumps them. I'm not dating him. Not yet, anyway. The point is, he's a jerk. Forget you ever knew him. You'll be better off. There must be some misunderstanding. I know Virginia doesn't like Damien, but he was nice to me. Maybe he's just having a really bad day. If he doesn't want to talk to me right now, there's no point in chasing after him. Come on, let's go to the gym and play. Okay. I guess. I'll read my diary now. Freshman Initiation. The new students all have to bow and scrape to the seniors for a week. We each are assigned to one senior in particular. Mine is Damien. Feeling blue. I had sort of a fight with Virginia about Damien, my senior, because I said it was wrong for her to hate him just because of what he looks like. I'm really not sure what her problem with him is. There was that thing that we learned with Donald last time, where William and him got into a fight their first year at school together, and William punched him, but we didn't actually hear what the details of that fight were. Love letter. Damien has ordered me to write him a juicy love letter as part of initiation. Writing. Ellen helped me come up with an idea for my love letter, and even copied it out on me on nicer paper so it would look pretty. I delivered it to Damien's hall on schedule. Phew! Love letter mix-up. The letter I wrote ended up on Professor Grabner's desk, and he thought I'd sent it to him. It was awful. He wouldn't listen to a word I said, and he gave me detention and everything. But Damien said he'll fix everything for me. He's a really nice guy. Those awful bullies trying to embarrass us both. Vindicated. Professor Grabner canceled my detention for the love letter mess. He even gave me merits to make up for it. Hooray! Lakeside party. Freshman initiation ended today with a big cookout party by a lake in the forest. All the seniors were nice to us now, and it was lots of fun. We played hoop darts and went swimming, and Damien gave me a silly present. Snubbed. I tried to talk to Damien today, and he completely brushed me off. What's going on? He was really friendly to me last week. Did something happen? Virginia says it's just because he's evil, but we're currently not very impressed with Virginia right now. Oh well, at least initiation's finally over again. Whew.